Good evening and welcome to the UNSW Portfolio Entry Info Evening. I'm Svetlana, I'm a Senior Recruitment Product Manager here at UNSW and I'll be your host tonight. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the Bedegal people, the traditional custodians of the land on which I am joining you from tonight. I would like to pay my respects to the elders, both past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today. Tonight, we will provide you an overview of the UNSW Portfolio Entry Scheme, aiming to equip you with all the information needed to submit a successful portfolio. We will cover key dates, submission requirements, and eligible degrees. You will also hear from our current students and alumni that gain entry through this pathway. And finally, you'll be able to join our breakout rooms where a panel of esteemed academics will be waiting to answer your questions. So, before we dive into the portfolio entry scheme, I wanted to quickly share some of UNSW's remarkable achievements. We are ranked top 20 globally and have maintained this ranking for 2 years in a row. This reflects our exceptional teaching, outstanding research, and social impact. With over 300 degrees to choose from, students can explore their passions and interests while on the path to finding their dream career. We are proud to have been recognised by the Australian Financial Review as having Australia's most employable students, a ranking we've maintained for 6 consecutive years. And this achievement underscores our commitment to producing job-ready graduates through our industry-informed programs and diverse employability initiatives. Now, let's dive into the UNSW Portfolio Entry Scheme. So what makes the UNSW Portfolio Entry Pathway a great choice for you? The scheme allows you to showcase your passion, creativity, and talent alongside your ATAR. So successful applicants receive an early conditional offer with an adjusted ATAR requirement of up to 10 ATAR points, below the advertised lowest selection rank. It's a great opportunity to boost your chance of admission to UNSW. To be eligible, you must be a domestic student currently in Year 12 or have completed your Year 12 studies. If you finish your high school within the last 5 years, you'll be able to use your ATAR or any other tertiary studies you have completed for entry. Applying is a very simple process. First, you must lodge your application via UAC. This also includes paying the fee, where you will receive a unique 9-digit number. Next, you need to create an account on our portfolio entry platform. We suggest using the same email address you registered with for UAC to ensure you receive all portfolio-related communications. Thirdly, you must prepare and submit your portfolio. What you submit varies depending on the degree you are interested in. This could include a video, a critical reflection, images, and more. And then if your portfolio entry submission is successful, you will be granted an early conditional offer with an adjusted ATAR requirement. To then receive a firm offer, you must meet the adjusted ATAR requirement and list the degree as your highest eligible preference for UAC in December round 2 for New South Wales and ACT applicants, or January round 1 for interstate and IB applicants. Let's take a look at the key dates. So, round 2 is open now and closes next week on Monday 17th of November. Early conditional offers will be released on Friday the 5th of December. So, you might be wondering, what are the submission requirements? For the Faculty of Arts, Design and Architecture stream, there are 2 criteria. Criteria A applies to degrees like architectural studies, construction management, design, fine arts, and these are your creative and hands-on degrees, so where you could have specific creative examples to submit. Your submission should include a cover letter explaining your interest in studying your chosen degree and a portfolio of original work. This could include up to 6 images with short descriptions, a video, a music recording, multimedia work, etc. Or you can also include a 500-word critical review. This leaves it open for you to choose the best way to present your work. Criteria B is specific to degrees such as arts, city planning, media, social sciences, social work and teaching. Similarly, you need to include a cover letter explaining your interest in your chosen degree. And then you must also include a portfolio. So, to showcase your original work. This demonstrates your ability and interest in your chosen degree. This could be an article, an essay, blog, social media campaign, website, letter of recommendation. You also need to provide a critical reflection on a unique problem you have tackled and the impact you've made within 500 words. Finally, we have the Faculty of Engineering stream. On this slide, you can see the wide range of eligible degrees for this scheme. For your portfolio, you will need to submit a short video, no longer than 5 minutes, that demonstrates how and why you are suited to engineering studies. You should address questions like why you are keen on studying engineering, how you became interested in the field, and why you believe you'll excel as an engineer. And you must also submit your most recent school report. Now, I know a lot of students watching tonight will want to study a double degree. And through the portfolio entry pathway, it is possible to study a double degree. There are several double degrees included in this scheme across both faculties. If your desired second degree is not included in this pathway, don't worry, you can still submit a portfolio for the other eligible degree and then explore the option of an internal program transfer after your first year of study. Here is a list of double degrees on offer through this pathway. As you can see, this list covers most of the double degree at UNSW. Please note that portfolio entry doesn't include any double degrees with commerce or law. So, as you prepare for your portfolio, please keep these guidelines in mind. Our academics will use the following assessment criteria when evaluating your portfolio. So first, your submission should clearly express your interest, passion, and strengths in the field. So make sure to articulate why you are drawn to this area and what makes you a strong candidate. Next, your portfolio should highlight your innovation, curiosity, and creative potential. So showcase the unique processes, thoughtful considerations, and exciting experiments that you've undertaken. This is your chance to demonstrate how you think and how you create. Additionally, your portfolio should showcase your technical skills and proficiencies relevant to the field. Highlight the specific abilities that make you well suited by your chosen area of study. And finally, ensure your submission meets the specified amount and length requirements. So double check the guidelines to make sure you have included everything needed and your submission is within the required limits. By following these guidelines, you'll create a compelling and comprehensive portfolio that truly reflects your abilities and passion. Now you've heard about this scheme and the application process, we're going to hear from our current students and alumni share their experience with the portfolio entry pathway. I'll start to my left here. Patrick, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Patrick. I'm a Bachelor of Design and Media alumni. I graduated in 2023 and I'm currently working as a product designer at Atlassian.
Great, thank you.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a second year Materials Science and Engineering student.
And hi, my name's Keelan. I'm currently a third year Bachelor of Architectural Studies student.
Great. Thank you for joining me this evening. I'll start with a question for all of you. So what motivated you to choose the portfolio entry pathway over direct entry? Patrick, would you like to start?
Yeah, I think as I was doing my exams, I saw the opportunity to submit a portfolio for my design degree, and I feel like my exams, regardless of the results, they weren't reflective of what I wanted to do and like my passions in terms of like design. So I thought it was a really good opportunity to, I guess, also get that ease of mind as well for that early entry. So yeah.
Okay, and what about you, Alex?
Yeah, ease of mind was a big motivator for me because I moved from interstate to UNSW. So having a conditional early offer, which was given to me through the entry scheme, just made the transition into uni a lot easier because I had more time to plan how I would adjust to life in Sydney.
Yeah, and very similar to you guys, I really wanted to secure a spot in UNSW as I've researched so much about it, and seeing the portfolio scheme, especially with info days and everything, really pushed me to be like, oh, I have a shot at being in architectural studies at UNSW. So it was very reassuring for that being an option for me. Really cool.
Great, awesome. And then when you did submit your portfolio, could you talk through about what you actually submitted for your portfolio? Patrick, we'll start with you again.
Yeah, I think throughout year 11 and 12, I did visual arts and design and tech, and so with that came a lot of assessments and different little projects. So that was essentially my portfolio, was all of those. If I'm already doing the assessments, why not include it as a part of my portfolio? Takes less work for me, I guess, to think of some things to include. So yeah, definitely included my major works as a big part of my portfolio.
And I think a lot of students actually watching today probably don't think about that. They don't think about the stuff they're already doing. They think, oh, I need to, come up with things from scratch. But if you are already studying maybe visual arts in high school, you can use some of those or all of your work to contribute to your portfolio. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, so I submitted a video where I talked about why I wanted to study engineering. So I really talked about what some of my goals were about uni, my goals for career in engineering, and then I talked about some of the projects I had the opportunity to do in school. So I took physics and I took engineering studies, so I did projects in both of those, and I sort of talked about those experiences and how they brought me to wanting to be an engineer.
And what about yourself?
Yeah, very similar. Throughout year 9, 10, 11, 12, I did industrial metal and industrial technology wood, and both of those had many drawings and many aspects that you can see in architecture and design today. And I really appreciate doing all those drawings and everything. As I put them all in my portfolio, I made little collages of all the different designs I had and pictures of what I made. And even during year 12, when I found out about this scheme, I made my own little CAD student accommodation living, and I think that really boosted my availability to become into the portfolio scheme, which I'm very thankful for, as it showed my CAD knowledge and my experience throughout the architecture industry, which I'm very thankful for. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, Patrick, I'll ask this question to you. So you've kind of spoken a little bit about what you're doing now, well, your title. So can you talk about what that entails and how the portfolio entry pathway kind of impacted your journey to university?
Yeah, right now as a product designer, I work a lot on the computer, doing a lot of UX design. So it's a lot of different things. You do research, some user testing, and then you're working on maybe some prototypes and things like that. And in terms of how the portfolio helped me, I think besides it giving me a great opportunity to study at UNSW, I think it got me in a good kind of discipline of documenting my work as a designer. It's pretty important to, you're always working all the time. You forget to, make a portfolio of work, especially if you want to maybe change jobs in the future or just, it's good practice to do. And so I think this got me in the right mindset as a designer to not forget that. It's really good practice.
It's a good habit to get into. So
yes, exactly.
Document everything that you're doing so you can showcase for your next step or next move.
Exactly.
What about Keelan? A question for you. In what way do you feel the portfolio entry pathway prepared you for your current studies in the Bachelor of Architectural Studies?
Oh, 100%. Working to a brief especially was very important, as we needed to have an outline and guideline of what we had to submit, including all visual arts, industrial technology work that we did during year 12, any drawings, any industry experience that we've had. And that was really cool, as I wanted to make my own project, especially throughout CAD and Onshape and SolidWorks, all these different architectural softwares that was related to the industry. And so working to a brief, working towards that goal is very similar to what you'll be studying at UNSW, and even in the industry beyond. You'll always have tasks, you have to do guidelines and rules, and you have to really stick towards that. And I really appreciate how honest UNSW was with what they exactly wanted to see through Year 12 students, which is really cool to see. Yeah.
Great. And Alex, what resources or support systems did you make use of or that you found most helpful to enter through this pathway?
I found all the information sessions and Q&As that were available specifically about portfolio entry, and also just from the Faculty of Engineering, really helpful in sort of making up my mind on this is exactly what I wanted to do, because I was able to talk to students and academics about what engineering entails. And when I was actually submitting my portfolio, I found it super helpful to talk to my teachers because they were an excellent resource and able to give me some guidance on like projects I've done that they thought I stood out in and skills that I'd learnt through school that they thought would help me emphasise in my portfolio.
That is great. I think that's something also that students might not think of when they are thinking about submitting their portfolio, is your current teachers. They have, led you through a project and they can push you or give you guidance on what to submit. Yeah. And then lastly for you, Patrick, what advice would you give to someone considering the portfolio entry pathway?
I think definitely use it as an opportunity to show your personality. I think I love the idea of portfolios when you submit it with an application because you get that advantage. You can't really tell someone's, can't really get a good idea of someone based off an ATAR or exam results. So I think portfolio is a really good way to do that. So I think curating the work you want to have, it can speak volumes about who you are as a person. And I think people love that. They like seeing different personalities come through. I think as well, agreeing with Alex, I think definitely get people to read the statements you make with your the pieces you pick for your portfolio. Proofreading, get it done early. I think get it done early so you can get, again, teachers to look at it. They know your strengths better than anyone else, and they'll definitely look out for you. So yeah, and all that information I think is online as well. So it's all there written out. So just pay close attention to the submission details.
Some great tips there. Alex, Keelan, is there any other one tip, if you had to give one tip to our students or guardians watching tonight, what would it be?
Particularly if you're interested in engineering, spend some time reflecting on why you want to study engineering because your entire portfolio is built on answering that question of why. So just spending some time sort of thinking about what you've done and what you want to do and how that brought you to engineering will help answer that question.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree with architecture too. Put work that you believe is replicatory of architecture and drawings and designs that you would see in the real world. And if it's just your artwork and industrial technology, that's all very replicatory of the industry. And so putting in your best passion projects and even working on something that's not even related to Year 12, your own passion project, is very purposeful for architecture. And good luck.
Thanks for taking the time to join me to share your stories with our audience watching tonight. Now, that is all from me, and we will now be heading into the academic Q&A section of the event. In order to do this, please follow the links in the chat to join the relevant breakout rooms based on the degree you're interested in studying. There will be 3 different breakout rooms, one for criteria A, one for criteria B, and one for engineering. So please make sure to copy and paste these into your browser to enter these informative sessions. If after tonight you will still have questions regarding the scheme, please contact our team of excellent student advisors via email, live chat, or phone to gain more information. I hope you found these sessions useful and informative, and we hope to see you on campus soon. Good night.